It's Thursday morning, and on a Thursday on this very radio station, we do you a whole hour's worth of 80s tunes just for Throwback Thursday. That's happening at 8 o'clock. Before then, though, at 7:33, it's time for Tommy.
Hello. Happy October, Dan.
Happy October. Now, just for those of you who have probably been living under a rock, you're probably a bit confused right about now. Let me explain to you real quickly. So Tommy has basically been avoiding me for the past fortnight. I had a cold. So he stayed well away. And we missed the last Sci-Fi September. We missed the first October. So we're just playing catch up. So he was here yesterday with the last of Sci-Fi September. That's on our YouTube channel if you want to check that out. felixstoweradio.org.uk/breakfast. He's here today on Thursday, the 7th of October, to kick off October.
Has to be done.
Has to be done. So Tommy, without any further ado, what have you got for us?
Okay, so I thought I'd kick off this month with a bang. And I wanted to kick it off with my favourite horror movie of all time.
Right.
And that is Scream, which was released in 1996. And I believe it's certificated in 18 because back then, in the 90s, they were a bit more cautious with their ratings for horror movies than they are today.
Okay.
I'm not a huge fan of horror movies, but damn, this movie is easily my favourite one of all time. Wes Craven really proved he still had it over 10 years after the release of his most well-known horror movie, A Nightmare on Elm Street, as this film completely reinvented the horror genre and brought elements of self-awareness and modern, for the 90s, tropes for the audience to relate to. The story centres around Sydney, a teenage girl whose mother was brutally murdered the previous year and is now being stalked by the infamous Ghostface killer, whom is suspected of killing her mother too. I have met Neve Campbell, the star, in person, and she's as great in real life as she is in this film, actually kicking a lot of butt and not just being a useless scream queen. You know, she actually does fight back, which is cool.
So you've actually met her in person?
I have. I've met 3 cast members of this movie in person when I went to Comic-Con numerous times.
Nice.
Her boyfriend, Billy, played by Skeet Ulrich, gives off an intense, crazy at times attitude where you just don't know what he is thinking or what is going on behind those eyes of his.
Right.
The character of Billy is an important ingredient for one of the many genre-bending aspects of the picture. You also have Sydney's wild best friend Tatum, played by Rose McGowan, who is a typical spoilt party girl who just thinks of her protective older brother as a loser. Rose portrays a really nasty sister-like character in this film, but ultimately one that you are sad once she meets her final fate. Then you got Tatum's wacky boyfriend Stu, played by Matthew Lillard, who I'm sure you know, Dan, from what movie?
Scooby-Doo.
The one and only.
Oh, yeah.
Who brings such energy to this role that he is a joy to watch from beginning to end.
Does he take it as seriously as he took Shaggy?
More so. He goes more.
Is he Shaggy?
He goes more intense in this film than he did when he was Shaggy.
Is he scared?
I need to show you some clips of this
you
sometime.
Do. Is he just a scaredy cat all the way through? Please say
yes. Yes and no, to be fair.
Scoob! Oh, wait, wrong movie.
Like, Scoob, we gotta run from the killer! to think he only got this job because he walked his girlfriend at the time to an audition for herself, and the casting director saw something in Lillard that was worth looking into for the role of Stu.
Absolutely.
Then enters my favourite fifth wheel character of the teens, which is Randy, played by Jamie Kennedy, who portrays basically all of us in the film, a movie geek who knows the cliches of cinema in every way and how they are viewed in real life. And I've met him in real life as well. He's also a really cool guy.
Do you have his number? I'll call him to replace you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's more of a film buff than I am. Older character-wise, you have Courtney Cox during Friends fame, of course, and David Arquette portraying reporter Gail Weathers and Deputy Officer Tatum's brother Dewey.
You got a big cast.
A big style cast, yeah, with some big names as well. They weren't big names at the time, but they went on to become big names.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they totally bring their own flair of mystery and magic to their roles. The twists in this film are beyond surprising. The soundtrack is eerie as well, filled with pop singles, and there is not one weak link in the cast. This film went on to spawn 3 sequels, with a 5th film in the works, as well as the spoof film Scary Movie, which was actually the original title for this film before it got changed last minute.
I remember watching that with you. I won't say where we watched it, but we shouldn't have watched it where we watched it.
We shouldn't
but
have watched
awesome.
it. Yeah, but it's so funny because I always get Scream and Scary Movie mixed up because that like one is the spoof of the other.
I'll never forget that day though. You just had these DVDs on you, and you're like, "Oh, Dan, there's a projector in that cupboard. Can you work it?" I'm like, "Yeah, all right." So I got it out.
We were great.
We're not going on anymore.
No, let's not go. Let's not. Yeah, but
you know what I'm talking about.
Either way, it was fun viewing. So to close, this is a horror film I can watch and repeat again and again. It has a great character. It has great character development, unique twists, and a horrific realization that makes you think, Jesus, that could easily happen today if some horror fanatic nutcase just got a costume and started going on a rampage, as it were, which is, let's be honest, scarier than any ghoul or demon or monster that horror films spring from their haunted vaults today.
Sounds like our plan this afternoon, Tommy, to be honest with you.
Definitely. And ultimately, I've got to give this film 5 out of 5, Dan. I'm kicking it off in big style.
Nice.
It's got to be a 5 out of 5. It's an absolute reinventing horror masterpiece film that I just can't praise enough.
Well, there you go. Well, Tommy, October.
October.
Off to a great start. And we're not just done there because it's Thursday. You're back tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
For the second instalment. After tomorrow, by the way, guys, we're going back to just being on Fridays. Just so you know. But, Tommy, I can't wait to hear it.
Yep, me neither. See you then, Dan.